What up, everyone? I'm Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw. Yeah! And I hope you're ready for another Age of Apocalypse tale. Outlaws Cut. And we're going over the Blink Chronicles. Yes, Blink got her own 4-part series. And this badass girl, who, man, knows how to rock and roll. Anyways, we start off with Rogue going on a mission with Morph. And they're trying to, of course, help some humans out that are being destroyed and killed by Apocalypse, because he's just basically slaughtering anyone who's not part of his plan. And so they're being attacked by these little robots, and like I said, there's so many different creatures and so many different bad guys and the variations. Apocalypse has a very interesting way of just slaughtering people. The man truly has a gift. Anyways, they're trying to get all the humans together, wondering where Blink is. She took off on a solo mission, and you know, more space, like kids will be kids. Now this is one of those facilities where they experiment on humans and mutants. A lot of bad stuff goes on here, and Blink actually came from one of these laboratories. She was taken. Her parents were slaughtered by Sinister's men. She was taken to the slave pens and then became an experiment of Dark Beast, an evil scientist whose dark nature he experiments on mutants and humans alike, as well as himself. And Blink is here to end the suffering and torment of whoever is there, as she strikes down using her teleportation powers, and people and things just disappear. Her teleportation power is very fascinating. She's able to teleport things as well as herself from place to place. Anyway, she ends up in the lab and finds the Impossible Man, a creature from a realm called Pop-Up. They have a lot of different powers. They're able to warp in reality. And Dark Beast is there, and of course he is ecstatic, happy. He's been experimenting on this Impossible Man, going over his genes, and he's discovered a treasure trove of different things. And of course, this pop-up guy, as he explains, makes the biggest mistake in the world that any alien usually does when he says, "Take me to your leader." And Apocalypse shows him the same courtesy and mercy that he shows everyone else. And so Beast is going on saying, you know, this guy's a treasure trove. We found so many things about genetics, so many little secrets. Meanwhile, Rogue is up to her neck in robots, trying to crush everything in sight, getting a little pissed off that Blink's not there. And Blink herself is faced with a choice to kill this guy. And Beast says that she won't do it. The X-Men are soft, but she was raised by Victor Creed, aka Sabretooth, as she brings the spike down. The alien thanks her as Dark Beast screams out, "No, what have you done?" And she says she sent him to a better place. Meanwhile, she sits in the graveyard, feeling sorrow for what she's lost, her family, everything, as Magnus appears. He needs to talk to her. She has disobeyed orders once too often, and Blink, ever rebellious, questions Magneto, questions what he does. And you do not defy Magneto for long. He will put you in your place. But he understands he grew up in a death camp. He lost his family, so he gives her another chance. Meanwhile, in Manhattan, in the heart of Manhattan, this is Apocalypse Fortress. And you ever wonder why no hero just darts off and attacks him? It would be sheer suicide. And tonight, Blink is trying that very thing. But strange happenings are going on in Apocalypse Place, as Blastar appears out of nowhere from the negative verse and attacks Holocaust, him and his men. And this is just a first round, as Apocalypse's henchman gets the better of him. And from out of nowhere, Blink appears. She wants to jump through the portal, see if she can use that army and form an alliance in order to destroy Apocalypse. And she ends up in the negative verse, with a gun barrel pointed at her head, waking up to a new world, a new set of rules, in a strange, vast land. She sees a warrior before her, and she cannot remember who she is or where she comes from. Her mind is a total blank. Now we go on to part 2, and Blink is facing off against this warrior as she discovers the secrets of the negative verse. And let's see if she can recoup her memory that she lost during the journey. Blink right now is a little surprised, a little shocked. She has no idea where she is, who she is. She's getting little flashes here and there. But right now she has a gun barrel pointed at her, so she can't quite piece it together yet. But she's been taught by the best. Her fighter instinct kicks in. She was trained by Victor Creed, Sabretooth, and she was an excellent pupil. This girl knows how to throw down, and she points the gun at him, but this guy's good too. He actually reverses on her and gets the upper hand. This man knows how to fight as well, but Blink just takes him out, gives him a shot in the jimmy, and just basically takes advantage of him. She wants to know what's going on, where she is, and if he can help her, if he's a friend or foe. This guy just thinks that she's an assassin. So it's kind of a mix-up right now. As they continue to fight, he kind of throws her off, and he pulls out 2 daggers, and the fight continues. And basically Blink is trying to gather herself together, get over the initial shock of being attacked, and trying to see if she could talk to this guy, reach out to him, and figure out what the hell is going on. She has no idea where she is. And this is where they kind of come to a standstill. They have a little reprieve, you could say, a moment. And this is where they figure out that they're not each other's enemy. And he just gives her a big old hug. I mean, he just goes for it, and I can't really blame him on that one. Blink kind of flirting with him a little bit, but says to put her down immediately, because you know Blink doesn't play. But anyways, a lava quake happens. Yes, a lava quake. Very cool. The negative verse has so many different rules. Anyways, they have to escape this big boom as they grab onto each other, and they float from rock to rock. This place is crazy. Anyways, he calls for his beast, a fur cat or something like that. It's a big blind animal that looks like part horse, kind of a cat with wings. I mean, the negative verse is just a kettle of fish with different stuff. I mean, this guy is basically going over saying that he's had memories of different events happening at different times in the negative zones because of the shift in reality. He talks about Nihilus. He talks about the Fantastic Four destroying this dictator. And Blink is just kind of rolling with it, you know, because she really doesn't know where she is, and she's trying to get her memory back. Meanwhile, they kind of spot another area where these soldiers are taking advantage of the people in the lowlands. They're kind of just like peasants. And these guys are robbing them blind, slaughtering them, and this cannot be tolerated. These are Blasters men. These are Blasters, the new ruler of the negative verse. As these guys land, they basically have to stop these people, and they do a great job of it. I mean, they just take them out. These guys are outclassed in every way, and Blink, like I said, doesn't have all of her memories, but she has all of her fighting skills, her movements, her ability, and she grabs a 3-bladed weapon. It reminds her of a warrior in her past who has 3 claws in one hand. And while she's recouping some of her memories, someone comes up behind her and gets shot in the head by the negative verse guy. As the fight continues, Blink remembers something else. She remembers she has abilities, powers, her teleporting power, and she uses on the guards and they disappear. And he asks, where do they go? And she says, I don't know. You gotta love Blink. Such a natural fighter. Natural with her powers. And of course, they save these people. And then she realizes that she has to help him stop this blaster guy and return the rightful ruler to the negative verse. A Nihilus. Yes, I said it. And Blink knows that somehow, some way this feels familiar to her, and she must help fight. She must join in this revolution. But will they be able to bring Blaster to justice? We'll find out the next time, won't we? And I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.